And here in the studio, we have Mr. Jakub Bernat from Belsat TV to discuss further actions on the Polish Belarusian TV. So, Mr. Biernat, is today's alleged stabbing of the border official of the border guard, does it really signify there is an intensification of the illegal migrant movement, or was it, do you think, was it just a one-off?
Actually not, because we saw for months that the number of illegal immigrants, they are coming in the bigger and bigger masses. So this is one of the incidents that shows that among them there are also aggressive people who are ready also to harm Polish officials, Polish border guards. So definitely not. This is just a very strong incident that bring the attention of the public opinion to it. But we saw it many times before. There were stones. They were trying and effectively breaking the fence on the border, and as we see, also the Polish border guards must be ready for more problems.
Certainly. Now, we often see with these groups of migrants along the border, we often see that Belarusian services are also embedded with them. An attack like this, what is the probability that it was likely one of Lukashenko's own men?
According to me, of course, it's possible that I think that basically Lukashenko services, they are facilitating passage through the border mainly, and they are taking part in all kind of propaganda events, like interviewing the immigrants on their side, showing that they are treated inhumanely by Polish services. But I think that they would rather not cross the border because they have people to do it. And but the level of this facilitation, as we see before, could be very high. We should remember the event that took place in end of 2021 year, when they gathered a group of several thousand people and pushed them into the direction of Polish border crossing, and they tried to storm the border. And after that, they were repealed and they returned to Belarus.
So you've mentioned the propaganda on the Belarusian side. Do you think Poland is doing enough to control the current narrative of what is happening at the border? Because from the point of view of other European countries, the narrative from Belarus is very clear. These are desperate people fleeing conflict. From the Polish side claims that these are, in many cases, young men paid to do what they do. Do you think Poland is doing enough to paint the picture that is more aligned with a Polish state and paints us in a more positive picture?
I guess on the Belarusian and Russian side, it's very hard because their propaganda works very well, and they are trying to convince people that Poland is killing in big numbers, even of the citizens of Middle East and Africa who are coming to Poland. So it's hard to fight with it. But I guess on the Polish side, taking into consideration that this is not a problem only of Poland, because most of these people want to go to first of all to Germany or to other Western countries, the countries of so-called old Europe. Yes. So I guess that's what is happening. All of this evidence, what's going on, the footage of people who are trying to storm the border and who are attacking the border guards are very, very strong. So yes, in the beginning, when the border was almost unguarded, of course it was the easiest way to enter the European Union illegally. But now, as we see, there are less and less women and children, but mainly young men who are trying to break into Europe. So the evidence is growing that this is absolutely orchestrated actions, and Poland must underline this in its narrative.
How should the Polish border guards respond to such provocations as these, or actually more than provocations, when these large groups of migrants gather in certain areas of the border? Should the Polish border service potentially respond more aggressively?
As I saw, they are responding mainly using shields and batons, maybe to stop bigger groups of immigrants. Of course, some of them, they are pushed back to Belarus, which is at one hand, it's of course perceived as something cruel, but at the other hand, also we know that most of these people don't want to stay in Poland. So it's even in their interest to get back to Belarus and to return once again illegally. Try to find a smuggler who smuggled them to Berlin, for example. So this is kind of play that we have to play with these people. Of course, also not forgetting about the humanitarian issues, and this is very delicate, of course.
It certainly is.
It is. So you said that we have that play, which is playing in front of our eyes along this steel border. But how about the use of modern technology with the announcement of yesterday of the drone wall, whatever that may be? Do you think some more sophisticated technology than a steel wall will help the situation?
No, of course, as we saw, the fence is not enough because it's very easy to cross, especially when these people are given tools to break it. And more and more electronic devices also would stop these people, because the border guards could respond quicker for what's going on at the border. So this is unfortunately it's sad, but Polish taxpayers' money should go to add something more to this fence, to guard it better. And but unfortunately, taking into consideration that this is all planned and this is the part of hybrid war that we fight with Belarus and Russia, because we shouldn't forget about Russia. Many of the immigrants, they are coming from Russia. Between Russia and Belarus, there's no border, so they can get easily from Moscow airports by train to border with Poland. So it's not a problem only of Belarus, but of Russia, that can also invite thousands of people and give them a free passage to the Polish border.
Right. Jakub Bernat from Belsat TV, thank you very much for joining us and discussing this issue with us. Appreciate it.